Today's tropical weather update is brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.
Good afternoon, Antigua and Barbuda. I am your meteorologist, Jaleel Jacobs, and we're back again with our tropical weather outlook for today, June 1st, 2025, the official start of the 2025 hurricane season. And as you can see right here, we are excited about the hurricane season, some friends aren't, but we are. So we're looking at the hurricane season running from June 1st, which is today, and running for the next 183 days through November 30th, 2025. And so this is the official period of the hurricane season. So we're going to take a look at a graphic that is very common to all of us here. We haven't seen it in a while. Our 7-day tropical weather outlook, and we see that there are no tropical cyclone activity that is expected in the next 7 days across the Atlantic basin in what we call the main development region. So in our satellite image on the outside, we see that the Leeward Islands and British Virgin Islands right here in this box here, and we notice that there are a lot of clouds moving from the southwest and the south coming across the islands, and that is due to a upper level feature that is now streaming all these clouds across the islands for the next few days. We see out in the tropical Atlantic, we see right here denoted by the red dashed line that there is a tropical wave currently being tracked that has moved off the coast of Africa, and it's just south of the Cabo Verde Islands. This is not expected to develop as we've seen on our other 7-day outlook chart, but at this time of the year, these tropical waves do make their way across the Atlantic Ocean towards the Eastern Caribbean, sometimes bringing us a lot of well-needed rainfall activity. Sometimes it does a little bit too much and give us too much rainfall. We end up with some inland flooding, or sometimes these tropical waves develop into tropical cyclones. So we monitor all the tropical waves that move across the Atlantic Ocean during this time of the year. So for this Atlantic hurricane season outlook, we're looking at above normal, at a 60% chance of an above normal season. We're looking at 13 to 19 named storms, 6 to 10 hurricanes, or 3 to 5 major hurricanes for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. Now here are the names of this year's hurricanes, and we see on the 21 name list from A to W, starting with Andrea. And so we are going to keep our eyes out for whenever Andrea decides to form. And as we've seen in the year past, these storms tend to form very quickly. Sometimes they take a long while to form. So we'll see when Andrea decides to spawn. Now we're going to bring back some familiar terms just to get you back in the groove of hearing these. So first we're going to start with our tropical storm watch, and that is for tropical storm conditions that will be possible within 48 hours. Hurricane watch conditions will be possible in 48 hours for hurricane watch. Now for tropical storm warning means that the tropical storm conditions are likely within 36 hours, and same for hurricane warning, that hurricane conditions are likely within the next 36 hours. So be familiar with the risk that hurricanes tend to pose during their passage, and there are some tornadoes, rip currents, inland flooding, high winds, and the storm surge. And so the best way to stay safe is prepare your property, protect your vehicles, trim trees, check for loose and outdoor objects, protect your windows, and secure boats in safe harbors or on dry dock during the passage of tropical cyclones and including hurricanes. So for now, some more tips. We have prepare emergency kits, have an emergency plan, stay informed with us here at the Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Service or partners at the National Office of Disaster Services. Know your evacuation zone, protect your home. In these evacuation zones, know where you would go in case that you have to leave immediately. Evacuate your home. Be familiar with the shelters, and these information are all provided by the National Office of Disaster Services. And also stay connected so that you are up to date with the latest information. Now for conditions right now on the outside, we do have an elevated concentration of Saharan dust across the region, and as you see here by my graphic, the British Virgin Islands and the Leeward Islands are right in the thick of this plume of Saharan dust that made its way across the Atlantic Ocean. So some of the potential impacts, we have a lot of hazy skies. Also, we are looking at reduced air quality, and this is specific, especially for sensitive groups, persons with asthmas, persons with allergies. So you are going to be experiencing some hazy conditions. Now, also this is also going to suppress the tropical development for now. As the season goes on, this will become less likely. So some things you can do, some tips: you limit your outdoor activity, you wear a mask if you have to go outdoors for person with asthma and allergies, and use air purifiers on the indoor. Now there's going to be some relief from this dust, maybe about midweek or so. However, another high concentration of dust is expected to move into the area by late next week, after we have that gradual improvement midweek. By late next week in the weekend, and that will continue into the following week, that we're going to expect another concentration of dust. So for another week and a half to 2 weeks or so, we're going to be in and out of this moderate to high concentration of dust. So you can prepare yourselves for this eventuality over the next few days. So if you have any pictures or videos of any significant weather phenomenon that you would like us to take a look at, or even have a question about, or we can post on our social media pages, you can send us those pictures and videos to abmsiwatch@gmail.com with the location and the time, and we will take a look at these and we will communicate back with you and post them onto our social media pages. So again, you can send us these videos and pictures to abmsiwatch@gmail.com. So thank you for joining me today for our very first tropical weather outlook of the 2025 hurricane season. We're going to be producing these videos on a daily basis to keep you updated with the latest information that we have at hand. So continue to follow us on social media, Facebook, YouTube, and X, Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Service. You can call our hotlines where we make daily updates to our weather forecast, 463-4638. And we also post this information onto our website, antiguamet.com. So share this information around to your family or friends, have them follow us, and we will provide them and you with the latest information. Thank you for joining me, and you have a good day.
Today's tropical weather update has been brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.